What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Quad Shot Podcast. And as always, we are stoked to be here. Roan T,
Boy,
how are you feeling? What are you working with? Talk to me. Come on.
feeling good today, man. Feeling good. Headed up to LA tonight to go see the Dodgers game.
Wow.
Super stoked about that. I think Dodger Stadium is one of those things you got to go see, right? It's
Who they
big,
playing?
historical ballpark. Arizona Diamondbacks. So playing Arizona.
Sure.
So going. Yep. So
Who's-
working.
Is it Liberty betting? Who's winning? Who's taking the dub tonight?
I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't really been following those teams, but I'm just excited to go up there and see the stadium.
Okay, nice.
So that's what I'm working with. Podcast today, a little bit of work after, and but super excited for the hour time block that we have for this pod, man. This
I
gets me
love
going each week. Gets me up each week and keeps me motivated. So
Yes, sir.
shout out, and also I want to say shout out to everyone who's been repping the Quad Shot merch. We genuinely appreciate it.
Are we out?
Deeply appreciate that. What?
We're out. We have no more merch left.
I have one more shirt left.
Okay,
But I
so
gotta
everyone, listen up. If you're listening to this, this is loud and clear coming through the mics here live on Quad Shot Podcast. There's one more shirt left. If you want that shirt,
Who wants it? I mean, who's gonna go for it, right?
come on, let's get this shirt going here. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm doing good today. I'm back to my roots here. Quad Shot Black, just ice. So we're in.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No more Yerba bullshit.
No. I just felt like going dark today. So I
Oh, really?
Yep. So went to yoga this morning. It was a tough one, dude. It was but it was awesome. Loved it. Good stretch, good work, linking the breath to the movement, quieting down the mind. I love starting my day like that. And if you've never tried yoga, anyone out there, give it a shot. Go to your local studio and try a class. It's very fun. So how was your week since, we last talked and everything? So let's check in here. Let's do a week checkup. I like when we do this.
All right. Okay. Let's go week checkup, and then I expect to hear from about your week.
Yep.
Since we're very far apart. Week was good. Work week, just pretty standard work week. Got out surfed a few times, so that was good to get back out there after a little hiatus, a little break.
How you feeling on the board?
Great, dude. I feeling good on the board. Feel better on my rights, on front side. A little bit more power up to the lip pump. My board. You rode my board. It's really fast.
7-0 tribute, right?
7.2. It's really
7.2
fast. But
tribute, thin rails. Yep. What else? How's the week? Come on.
Dude, I had a really good workout class Wednesday. HIIT workout class. One of the hardest classes I've ever taken. With my guy Danny at Fitness Collective. Shout out Danny. Fucking great workout, man. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong.
Explain HIIT workouts to the people who don't know what a high intensity. What does it stand for? High intensity training.
High intensity interval training.
Interval training. Okay.
Yep. So it's like a circuit workout, right? Nonstop. You're doing like 3 to 4 movements per block. I guess you get like 10 minutes to do it's called an AMRAP, like as many reps as possible, and you have like three different exercises that you do within that AMRAP, and you'd go nonstop fire. So it's like super good cardio, a lot of good strength blocks, movements, and say if you do one of them is 20 med ball throws, like squat med ball throws against the against the wall.
Yep.
Then you go right into for example, you go right into 12 pull-ups, and then you go right into 30 dips, or it's just stuff like that where it's repetitive. It's cardio, sweat, but also strength. And dude, the best kind of workout. If you want to stay athletic and strong, you're doing that, That's
different from a HIIT workout that I've done. Usually what I do, it's more of it's more body movements with dumbbells. Have you had a HIIT workout like that?
Yeah, no, that we do. So we do those too.
Yeah,
that's just an example of an exercise.
Right.
Or exercise time block. But yeah, we do those as well.
Nice. Anything else for the week?
Trying to think. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. Last week was pretty standard week, man.
Nice.
Worked out, surfed. those are the highlights of the week. Just
Awesome.
blessed to be alive, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, going to Montana. Shout out in August.
Shout out Will.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out Will Van Vleck. He's doing his thing out there. Super excited to get out there. Dude,
Dude, I'm stoked for you. I'm stoked for you and him to have that trip. It sounds like a fucking dreamy trip.
Yeah.
Explain to the listeners here what you're going to be doing out on that trip, so they can get a little insight.
So out on that trip in Montana, August, I'm going to go for 4 or 5 days, I think. And we're going to be, it's bow hunting season. So Will and I, we're going to, my friend who I actually grew up with in my hometown in Chatham, we were pretty close, like growing up back then. I slept over his house like all the time, him and his older brother Travis. Then we kind of, went to the same high school, kind of, we just kept cool, friends, but, weren't hanging out every day. But anyways, he lives out in Montana now, and he hunts and shoots guns and does all that good stuff. So we're going to go out there and hunt. So we're gonna hunt some, I think it's antelope hunting. Yeah, I think it's antelope season.
You've never shot a bow, right? So you're going to...
No, I shot your bow.
Oh, you pulled it back. That's right. That's right.
I shot your bow. But so
okay, I wouldn't recommend trying to shoot an animal with a bow at your level of expertise. As someone who is an experienced archer, okay, I've been doing this since I was 13.
Love you. Dude, you're such a good archer.
I've never hunted, but I do love to do it. Just for fun and for practice, actually, and just to get better and improve. So, no, I have never hunted, but as someone who can handle a bow decent, I would recommend that you just follow Will and watch Will and observe Will and understand this is the lay of the land. These are the techniques when it comes to archery, incorporated into hunting and that type of stuff. I wouldn't try to shoot, and I hope he wouldn't let you, because 1, you're either going to miss, or 2, you're going to not hit where you're supposed to. You're going to injure the animal. It's going to make way, and you're going to track it to the point of no longer being able to track it. And then it's just either going to live with an arrow inside of it somewhere or die without being harvested, which is...
What if I get a clean shot off, though?
Then I'm going to give Roan T the biggest birthday party he's ever seen.
It's coming up, right? It's coming up June 8th.
It's coming up big birthday.
I
think that's the day I get back from Italy, Ronti. I'm gearing up for Italy. I'm gearing up.
Are you gearing up? Fibonacci.
So
Lorenza. No. So I'm going to Montana. Gonna go see Will. We're gonna shoot some guns. Hopefully ride some horses. Love it, man. I feel happy when I'm out in the country, out doing that thing, those kind of things. So I'm excited, man. But that, and then I'm going to Mexico next weekend. Long weekend. Going down to Ensenada. It's like 2 hours south of the border, 2 hours south of Tijuana. We rented this sweet Airbnb, me and a few buddies. We're gonna go surf. I think we're gonna hit a winery when we're down there. So it's gonna be great, man. Great Memorial Day.
Do you have a passport?
Yeah.
Oh, T. Nice. Good.
No, we gotta get you out on strike missions, man.
Yeah, no. I'm stoked, dude. Those 2 trips sound so fun, and I'm stoked for you. I'm so happy that you're out there taking advantage of your environment around you and
surroundings. Yep.
You're taking that strike mission full force. I love it.
Also, it's I'll break the news live on the pod. I mean, it's not really big news, but let me get your takes on this. I know you've done a lot of camping in your life, but
okay.
I took Friday. We're evapping today. That's evap today.
Just lay it on me. Come on. Lay it on me.
So July 11th, I took that Friday off. I'm planning to do a road trip up to Lake Tahoe and camp.
Ooh. Okay, so wait. What's the dates? June 11th?
July 11th.
July 11th, excuse me.
Right before I come home, big boy.
Nice. Okay,
dude, so I took Friday the 18th off from work, dude.
Okay, so we'll have Friday the 18th, and
July
then that
18th.
Sunday is the event. Right?
Yeah,
that's
so
Sunday.
Friday, Saturday with you.
We're gonna cook. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good.
I'm probably gonna stay at your place.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're going up to Lake Tahoe on July 11th. That'll be sick, man. I've seen beautiful shots.
Well, what
Who
do
are you
think
going camping with?
Myself.
Just solo strike?
Well, I do want to go.
Maybe-
Yeah, I want to go solo.
You want to bring somebody, or you want to go solo?
Kind of want to go solo, dude.
Go solo then. If you're feeling called to go solo, don't let the lure of bringing a female with you.
Okay,
Because
so this, yeah,
you're not gonna be you're not gonna get the same thing out of it as opposed to.
I'm not going to drop in. I've got to drop in.
So if you
Dude,
want it, yeah, that's awesome.
So this is why I'm bringing it up on the pod, because you're a very experienced camper, hunter, archer.
I'm not a hunter.
You've got a lot of. You're going to be though. You've got all these skills, right? So what do you recommend me bring up there for camping? So I have a cooler and like a camping bag, but I need like a tent. Like do I go Amazon? I need a tent, sleeping bag, and like sleeping pad.
First things first is you need to assess the weather in your location during that time. And it's important to assess the weather for daytime and nighttime so you have proper apparel and gear for the situation. Okay. So you need to think about the basic necessities, food and water and shelter. Okay. So yes, you are going to need a tent and a comfortable place to sleep. And if it does, get cold, you're going to need some warm, gear, a sleeping bag, a pillow. It depends on how comfortable you want to be. And if you want to be able to fit everything in one backpack or have a duffel bag in a backpack, whatever, how far is the campsite from your truck? You need to think about all these things. So proper apparel is important. What are you going to be doing during that camping trip? Are you going to be hiking and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to, I have, it looks really beautiful. So yeah, I'd obviously recommend, thinking about the proper apparel. You don't need much if you're going a couple of days, just some hiking clothes and a bathing suit, stuff like that, but whatever. I'd go,
probably get
you need a tent and you need a sleeping bag and you could bring a pillow. All right.
So that's pretty much it though.
You need to kind of understand what the land is going to be like that you're going to be camping on. Is it level? Is it rocky? What's like, because when you put a tent down and there's massive rocks and your tent's on massive rock, then you need a layer of like this roll up foam that you can put down and, it'll make it a lot more comfortable.
Like a sleeping pad.
A pad of some sort that you put down at the base of the tent with proper dimensions that'll fit in your tent. You know what I mean? So you have to think about that.
Yeah.
But I like going camping kind of bare bones. You got to think, so how are you going to transport your food? You need a cooler, right?
I got one.
Okay. And you need like,
I just got to find a fire pit. Do I bring, so I know to start a fire, obviously pretty easy. I don't know if I can get kindling there, firewood buy up there, start or whatever.
I'm imagining Roan trying to start a fire right now, and I'm.
Dude, you've seen me do it.
No. I saw you on the outer beach. I saw you on the. It was good stuff, T. Are we growing out a mustache?
Yeah, Wallen.
Oh, you're on. All right. So yeah, no, dude, I'm stoked for you. Just we'll talk more about the camping.
Yeah, we'll talk. We got to go back on track, but yeah. Okay. So those few trips I got planned, guys. Super excited.
That's awesome.
I expect a lot of strike missions with you, Aiden, once your schedule frees up.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, dude. Yep. Okay. We're going striking.
Come on.
Yep.
Seriously.
No, I'm on.
Not kidding.
I'm on. So let's drop in here. I'm going to talk to you about my week.
That was my. Yeah. Talk to me about your week and anything that's going on, and then we'll go into buzz of the day. Okay.
Okay. So, my week is really good. Very busy at work. Things are a little weird at work. It's tough when your environment at work is a place that like you go to, but like you kind of don't really want to go. So I'm kind of experiencing that a little bit, but it's good practice. Every time that you go in there, it's really good practice to, drop in, protect your energy, and be present and put your best foot forward and put your best work out there. And, like since I'm a barber, I got to treat my clients like A1. You know what I mean? They're the most important thing in the building at that time. So if I show up and I'm taking care of myself, then, they'll get the result that they come in looking for, which is what I need to, stay on. And I have been, which is good. But yeah, it's kind of dicey when the energy's all stirred up in there. So that's interesting, and things are busy. So everyone's, kind of like overworked and stressed and got their own things going on, and summer of this and that, whatever. So that's like work life in there. But dude,
elaborate.
it's
Do you want to elaborate anymore, or just keep it?
I'm gonna keep
like
it there.
that?
But it's good when I see my summer clients come back. Like they'll go down to Florida for the winter, and now they're like starting to come back, and it's like, oh, what's up? You
Yeah.
know, it's good to see them.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Like, who we got? Amato.
No, Amato's he's not seasonal. He's year round. So,
Liberty's year round too.
Yep. So,
Drop back in. Here he goes.
yeah, no, it's just a really nice week spent. You know, my time outside of work well, in nature, and made a lot of nice dishes this week. Made a chicken parm, a ramen with my girlfriend. Dude, we've been chefing it up. We've been doing some great dishes. You know, macro conscious, of course, always, but really been in the culinary arts this week. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that dish you sent me yesterday looked like something out of like a 5-star restaurant. Dude,
Dude,
that looked really good.
It was as good as it looked too. It was awesome. That one was Morgan's idea, and she took the reins on that one. Totally crushed it. It was great.
Love it. What else is going on?
Really ironing out things for the trip to Italy, I think.
Yeah, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yep. So 8 days in the Italian Riviera, Cinque Terre. It's going to be a beautiful trip.
Yeah, where is that?
Well, we're going to be there for 6 days. It's the northwest part of Italy along the coastline. It's 5 towns, and it's a beautiful little stretch of coastline. And the towns go right up on the coast, and it's these jagged cliffs, and each town has their own little quirks and things. And I'm really excited to experience the culture and the food and everything out there. The beaches just look beautiful. Oh, dude, I'm getting because I've always loved like free diving and swimming, and like I've had like okay pairs of goggles and flippers as the years went on.
We're free diving.
Yeah,
we're free diving
So
together.
I'm ordering a really nice pair of like flippers and goggles for this trip in particular, because I've always gone on trips and been like, oh, I wish I had my flippers and goggles, but never had like a nice pair. So I'm finally getting a really nice pair, and this will be the first trip that I use them on. So I'm really excited about that.
Wait, I'm looking at Italy right now on the map. You're going northwest, like by Genoa, Pisa. Where are you going?
So Pisa,
near France, like San Remo, Imperia, Albenga.
You see Pisa, right? So for about 45 minutes north of that on the coastline is Lerici.
The water clear.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, look up this. CINQU space TERRE, Italy.
I got it.
Now just can you show the phone to the camera? Will it pick it up? Pull up like a picture. Or I could pull it. I could pop up, like edit in a picture here too. Let's see what you're working with there. Yeah, so it's these towns that are right up on the coastline, just like that, and the water is absolutely beautiful. And it's not like it's not an extremely touristy part of Italy, which I'm really excited about. Be more like culture there. But we are also doing 2 days in Florence, so we will get the classic Italy vibe and the city there. I believe Florence was
that's awesome.
Yeah, I believe Florence was the original capital of Italy, so it has a lot of deep history there. And dude, it's just so much older than our country. All those countries over there are way fucking older than ours. Because we're the new land. So a lot of deep rooted stuff there. I'm very excited to experience the people and culture.
Yeah, bro, I'm stoked.
And
I'm excited. I'm excited you're getting out there, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man.
And even like during the busy summer season for you, you're able to get away. I love that. You're making time to see the world and take a little time off. So it's important because when you come back, makes you do your, you have those little getaways, and then when you're in the shop, you're cutting, you're present in the moment. You got to,
nose to the grindstone, man. And yes, it is always very easy to make excuses and not go out and see the world and experience, the beauty of it. But I think it's very important to try and incorporate, to the best of your ability, travel in some sort of getaway, because it's nice to separate yourself from the daily routine and as mundane as it might feel, You got to find the joy in that, but it's nice to separate yourself from it sometimes and go experience a whole nother way of life.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's without further ado, if you don't have anything else for us, I think we just outlined kind of what's going on in our lives. Let's get into buzz of the day.
Let's get into buzz of the day. I got it this week. So it's pretty simple. It actually came to me at yoga this morning. I had another one in mind, but I switched it after yoga this morning. So the instructor said something at the end. And she was quoting someone, I can't recall the name, but part of the quote, I took part of the quote because I liked part of it. And it was, I have everything I need right now.
That resonates.
You know? And it resonated with me too, man. Like I just felt it. I'm like that. It's so easy to get caught up in wanting all these things and this, material things, especially in the day and age that we live in. And, the feeling of I'll be satisfied once I get this. And once I finally, accomplish this, I'll be satisfied. And you get caught up in the work and trying to achieve these things, but you're never satisfied in the moment or feel as if you have everything you need in that moment. I don't want to speak for you, but it's surely happened to me.
No, that's real talk, man.
It has surely happened to me. And, if you're well fed and you're taking care of yourself and you're conscious of your health and, your mental health and your physical health and, you're doing everything in your power to upkeep yourself, right? Do the maintenance. Then, you have everything you need, right? And it's amazing and it's good to strive to be better, to strive to accomplish great things, make goals and hit goals, and then make new goals and hit those goals, right? That's a beautiful thing about life. But along the way, along the road, through that process, it's really important to be satisfied at where you are in that moment. And also give yourself the credit that you deserve, right? For navigating as far as you have, right? Because life is hard, man. Life is very hard. And it's really easy to get caught up and, feel as if you don't have enough strength to keep going or, in the moment, it's so hard. But you have everything you need. You do. Especially right now. So that hit me, dude. It just, it's like, yep. I've always had everything I needed. Every moment, I've always had what I needed in that moment, right? And I just thought it was wild. It's
really made me drop in, dude. I appreciate you sharing that. That actually kind of grounded me, honestly. Yeah,
that
was awesome.
I love that.
Dude, it's a great reminder. I mean, we're here for a reason. We've pushed through everything we've ever been through for, we're here. There's not much else to say rather than we've kind of done it, we're going to continue to do it, right?
Yeah.
So we have everything we need right now. We have everything inside of us that we need to be successful right now.
Yeah.
We just have to harness it, access it.
We have everything that can pertain to so many different scenarios in life. And everything is such a vast word, right? We have everything we need to love ourselves in the moment. We have everything we need to take care of ourselves in the moment. We have everything we need to support ourselves in the moment, right? We have everything we need always. It's within us. And it's hard to find sometimes.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. That's awesome.
Has there ever been a time in your life where you have felt like, once I get this thing, or once I do this thing, or once I get this thing, then finally I'll be able to feel better about myself or feel better about my life or be able to relax or love myself or feel comfortable.
Can you reframe? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Okay, I'll give you an example in my life. I might need a second. So I'm gonna go materialistic here. My motorcycle, right? I had a truck, got me from point A to point B. You know, and that, you know, great truck. Worked hard for it. Thing's great. Starts up every fucking turn of the key. It's awesome. Love my truck. Still great. But I wanted a motorcycle so bad. And it wasn't cheap. I knew how much it was going to cost me when I set a goal to go and buy it. So
yeah.
I fucking grinded.
Yep.
I was grinding. And I never felt satisfied because I didn't have it yet. And I was just going. It wasn't something that I even needed, right? It wasn't something that I genuinely needed to survive or,
yeah,
you know, or even because I had my truck too. So it's even like to like get from point A to point B. I already had that. So I never felt, you know, deep down, I never felt satisfied. And I just kept fucking grinding. And it was almost like, nope, you haven't done it yet. Keep going. Nope. Don't relax. Keep going.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
And
I see where you're going with this.
I got it, right? I got it. And it felt fucking amazing, right? And it's weird because as time goes on,
you slowly, it doesn't,
you just have it. Now you're used to having it. And because you never needed it, right? Because you never, it's not that I love it less and I don't appreciate myself for all the hard work that I put in to get it. And I'm not proud of myself for doing it. It's just, that's an example of a time that I didn't appreciate the process during that time. I didn't feel as if I had everything I needed during that time because I needed it so bad and I never even needed it. But I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I'm glad I got it. It's amazing. Every time I look at it, I want to fucking kiss it. But, you know, it's just a good example of it.
Yeah. I don't think I have. I think I understand, like, materialistic things they're going to make me happy in the moment. But I don't think they're ever going to fulfill that. Like, if you're sad, you're sad. You're not going to be happy 24/7 because you got this specific thing. Right. That's not how life works. So I think I know that, and you know that. It's like, okay, working towards a goal is like we talked about this in our last book, Brenna Weiss. It's like, we need challenges to overcome as human beings. We need to stay active. We need to stay alive. Like, that's our feeling of like fulfillment is challenges, right? Like getting over the mountain, getting over the hump, and then what's next, right? So the journey of working towards that motorcycle was was an amazing thing. That's why you felt so relieved when you did it, because it took so much long work, long hours in the barbershop, 12, 14-hour days. Like, that's the coolest thing. But over time, becomes a part of a life, so you kind of desensitize yourself to it, and it's just like there, right? Even though you love riding your motorcycle, and you got your nice ceramic coat on, you ride, you're blasting Morgan Wallen, like, it's amazing. But when you go home when you go home and park that thing in the garage or in your dad's garage, wherever the hell you park it, you're still going to go in the house and you're going to forget about it because you have real life problems at the door, right? So it's not going to take away everything in all your pain and whatever you're going through, or all your life problems. You're still going to have to pay your insurance, or still have a bill that comes in that you're like, oh fuck, I got to pay this. Your motorcycle's not going to, anything materialistic isn't going to make you, it's not going to dissolve all your life problems, right?
No, it's not.
It is a good reminder, like, hey, I work for this, right? So I think for me right now, what I'm working towards, my goal, and I do need to start booking. I just thought about this. Long story short, so I'm learning how to horseback ride, guys. Maybe I'll get into this a little bit. So I've been calling around like 5 different facilities the last few days, trying to get into like a new facility. Long story short, is because I go up to Poway in San Diego, and the horse that I ride, they give me each time is kind of a problem horse. It's a very dominant horse. And someone who's a beginner rider who doesn't really have the skills and everything like myself to like be able to, I'm getting better, with like horses they need to be your friend, and they need to respect you. So you can't just be a friend of theirs and then them not respect you. So you need to kind of gain that respect and be dominant and lead them. So I'm just kind of starting to get into that space, but also it's hard when you're a beginner. Like, so I'm riding the horse that they give me each time is kind of problem child kind of horse, like dominant, doesn't want to run, doesn't want to trot, like just very hard. Right. So I've been trying to look elsewhere, but no one's got back to me. But then I'm kind of in my head like, okay, well, what if I commit and buy the lesson, $300 a month for the lesson package? I go once a week. And then I think if I really do that, 4 times a month, and commit to it, then I think I'd get a lot better. So that's something that I'm working towards, and a goal that I'm trying to get over the hump. And like my end goal is to become a good horseback rider, right? So I can have my horses under good horsemen. I'm a horses when I'm older, ride them, have some land. Like that's the end goal. It's going to take some time. So I'm working towards that. I don't say that that's necessarily when I have horses someday and I'm on my ranch, anything like, doesn't mean that it's going to make all my problems easier, right, in life, or not even problems. It's just something that, I think at the end of the day, we all come back to ourselves, right? We all have ourselves. And I think that's a perfect quote for today is everything you, what was it? We have everything
we need always.
Yeah, we have everything. And it's so true, because I really just, after you read that, I got calm and relaxed and like less anxious. I'm not kidding, because I'm like, I keep, you can easily, I always look around like, oh, do this, I'm running around, sometimes. So I do have everything I need, right? And everything else is an added benefit. But if you don't have control of yourself, or, it's everything else is there, right? So anyways, that's a goal I'm working towards. It's not going to solve all my life problems, but it's definitely going to improve my quality of life if I keep improving myself at the same time, right? So it's like, okay, I still need to work on myself and take care of myself, and this is going to be an added benefit where I'm going to feel really happy at times when I have horses and get better. So I think it's an added benefit, right? Aiden, say, for example, you have at the barber shop and you had your truck that day. You're like, oh, I'm just going to drive home my truck. 70 and sunny. Okay. What if you parked your motorcycle outside and you're like, look, that's a kind of a day where you finish your work. Maybe it's a long day, but you have something in the back of your head like, oh, I get to ride my motorcycle home.
Yep.
So it's an added benefit of life.
Every day that I ride my bike to work, at the end of work, I'm walking out to it, just looking at it like, oh my God. And then
there she is.
10-minute ride home,
it's a good feeling too.
So
and
nice.
Also, like, people don't talk about this, but it's a good feeling like, hey, like, you're 26. Not a lot of other people can afford, like, you kind of made it in a certain sense, like for where you came from, what jobs you started to do, like you did it, dude. Like, and that's something to be proud of. So it's like, you look at other people like, Mike and his friends or whoever else rides bikes, like, oh shit, I got a 24 Road Glide, Apple CarPlay, Ceramica, all this nice shit, right? So it's like kind of a good feeling, like, it's like, oh, I got this, it kind of it validates to a certain sense, but doesn't validate everything, right? So still going to work on yourself. It doesn't solve all your life problems, but it's a nice added benefit and reminder, like, hey, I'm doing it. I'm successful.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. Another example of it, even too, when it doesn't address the materialistic things, is like in the gym, right? You see or hear stories of a lot of people who start somewhere that is not the ideal physique that they want or other people perceive. And then they work really hard with this one physique in mind, and then they get there. Right? But they were never satisfied in the beginning through the whole process. And then even at the end point, they might even feel feelings of dissatisfaction, even when they got to where they wanted to get to. And they'll keep going.
Dude, I see it all the time. And I don't know if this is, I don't mean to interrupt, but you know how girls who are in really good shape will always be like, they're shredded and they're like, oh no, I'm fat, I can't eat that. Like, they're never satisfied, they're never happy.
Right.
And if you have that mindset, you're never going to be happy. You're never, like, it's a healthy balance, man. Like,
definitely, dude. Definitely. I mean, me and Morgan went and got ice cream last night. That's not in my diet. That's not in my diet. But you know what I mean? We're sitting on the beach and having a picnic, you know, a macro conscious picnic in the sun by the
Oh,
ocean,
macro.
just chilling.
What beach?
Secret beach. Not gonna let you in on that. It's a new secret beach.
I think it's Publix.
Nope, secret. So
Yes, Hummer was out.
so we were sitting there and I was like, you know, it sounds good right now. Or something, ice cream came up. I saw her face. It fucking lit up. It just lit up, man.
You're
It
already
lit
on.
up.
I know how we are.
I go, you know
I
what?
know how you was
Let's
at-
go get ice cream later. And that's it.
Let's
you know?
go.
We went to Ice Cream Cafe.
Is Ice Cream Cafe open?
Yeah, we went to Ice Cream Cafe.
Is it open?
Hey, I got the
Who
large.
do you see?
You know that short, really
Tyler?
tan brunette girl?
Nah.
No one.
It's been a while since I've been back home on the Cape, dude. I'm not regulating my local waters.
Hey! I got the
They want me
large.
back.
I got the large coffee Oreo. All right, kid. So get with the program. You
yeah.
know, you introduced
Thanks
me
to
to that
me, got
flavor.
you on
Let's
that one.
go. Let's go.
The best, bro. Isn't it the best?
It's the
Dude,
best.
it's so fucking good.
It's the best.
No, see,
Yeah.
things like that, like you can't be too extreme. Like you know that you're disciplined. You're gonna have the ice cream, and then today you're gonna dial in. You're gonna eat well. You're gonna eat well tomorrow. You're gonna eat well the next day. But you can still do that and mix in a treat here and there. It's not all
course.
or nothing. That's where it gets unhealthy, dude.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think everything. We have everything we need.
Yep.
And us humans, I think I forget that a lot, right? We're always looking for something else to need some Botox. I need to,
Well,
fill it with anything.
That's a great point because think about fucking way back when, before anyone ever habitized or anyone from over the pond habitized America.
Cavemen.
Not cavemen, Native Americans. Think about the Native Americans.
Oh, natives. Yeah.
Right? The things that they need are the things that they do. And when they have everything they need, they found other stuff to do. But now for us, right? We have become so accustomed to having everything that we need and more, right? And we find other stuff to do, and there's so much other stuff to do, and there's so much fucking bullshit, right? It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, right? Like, imagine like worrying about getting a deer for your tribe as the head hunter, right?
Like that, yeah.
That fucking need. You need it to feed the people you love, the people that are amongst you always through your whole life. It's your tribe. You need to feed them. You need it. They need it. You need it. You got to do it, right? So there's a difference between that, right? We literally, it's so weird for us. And I know that people still struggle in the world and still.
Let me give
an
an example.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. So I have a year left lease on my truck. I've been on Facebook Marketplace looking for new trucks, messaging people. That's how
you've been peppering GMC dealerships, I heard.
Yeah, dude. Like, and that's just an example of like, okay, this Native American is worried about getting food on his family's plates. I'm worried about a truck that I'm not even gonna buy or need.
Yep.
So it's kind of like,
Yep.
What are we doing?
Yeah, dude.
What am I? Yeah. It's still fun, it's fun, but it's like also like we've gotten away from our material, like our true. It's rare to see someone living with just below their means and just nowadays just like living with just like the most basic things they need, like it's very rare to see that. And when you see it, it's like, oh, you don't go out, you don't buy dinner out, you don't buy this material, like, you know what I mean? It's just like different.
Yeah. And usually you see those types of people very happy with what they have. And
Yep. I mean, honestly, Hummer's a good example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He is. Great example.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
and we love it.
Yeah.
We love him.
100%, man.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is good. Yeah, so let's wrap Buzz of the Day up and let's get into, what is it, chapter 6?
Yeah.
Do Hard Things, Steve Magnus, chapter 6. I'm gonna pull
and
up
this
my
is a
notes
shorter
here.
chapter. It's actually kind of nice. I think you should keep the chapter shorter to makes it more interesting.
The chapter, this chapter was awesome, and I loved it. I don't think I've said that yet for this book, but I thought it was a great chapter, and it was a little bit shorter.
Me too.
So this whole chapter, it's funny, dude, because the first book that we read on this podcast, The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss, talked about emotions and feelings and how they are the thing that you don't really want to listen to. You want to listen to your intuition, your gut, right? That's your compass. But Steve Magnus here in Do Hard Things is talking about how your emotions and your feelings are these signals, right?
Messenger, right? It's almost like a messenger.
It's a messenger. It's your body telling you, hey, you feel like this, right? Because of this certain environment. And he used a great example in the book. He talked about you walking down a dark alleyway in a, busy city at night. And your hair starts to stand up. And you perk up. And you become more alert. And you're looking around, right? You're experiencing emotions of, you're more alert and you're more aware and you're more conscious of your surroundings and you might be a little bit anxious, anticipating something bad to happen because of your environment. Those emotions are leading you to act a certain way, right? And he talks about this with all sorts of different emotions and results, right? Anxiety, stuff like this. So it's really, really interesting utilizing these emotions and becoming aware of them as our body responds to it. So emotions are the first step in a cascade designed to prepare us for action. And the father of psychology, Wilhelm Wundt, said, "It is the affective elements which, as soon as they are strong enough, first become noticeable. They begin to force themselves energetically into the fixation point of consciousness before anything is perceived." I love that. This guy was fucking super smart. He's got a book. I forget the name of the book, but I kind of want to read it. So I didn't even know about this guy until reading this book. Feelings are predictive, not reactive, right? So they're predicting what is about to happen and preparing us to and how we respond. Okay? But it's so important to be able to decipher what's actually happening. Why am I feeling like this? What is this feeling and what's happening in my body? So when I feel like this, my body feels like this. It's understanding this, okay? Because when you can understand, like, okay, my body is starting to feel anxious, right? Now my stomach hurts, okay? Now my heart beats a little bit faster. Whatever happens to you when you're anxious, you notice the physical reaction of that emotion that you're having. But is it even needed in that moment? Deciphering that. Very important. So I loved that. What are you taking away from this chapter, Ronti? I'll add something here if you want me to.
Yeah, I'm flipping to my something that stood out real quick.
All right, I'm gonna add this one in real quick here. He talked about the usage of like vocabulary, right, and words, and he said the difference between saying I'm sad and I'm experiencing a wave of sadness, right? Because the first one is kind of like setting in stone that you're just sad. But the second one underlines the fact that it's going to end, that this is just a wave and it's passing and it will end.
Yep.
So that type of vocabulary and the usage of words is an important way of, navigating your emotions as well. What do you got?
I found it interesting that he was talking about, I guess, tough individuals, tough people. And his main message is not the people you see that are the biggest in the gym, the most bravado. Those aren't the toughest people, right? We're talking about inner toughness here. Ability to overcome analyze your situation, analyze what's going on, and push through any adversity, right? That's what he means by tough, Steve Magnus. So he said something in here, page 132. Tough individuals develop the ability to discern the nuance that most of us are blind to. So discerning nuance involves two components: awareness of feelings and sensations. So tough people are able to become aware of how they're feeling and their sensations, and then interpretation, contextualization of feelings and emotions, and in understanding, okay, how am I going to use this, right? So he also mentioned something in terms of, I think it's at the end of the chapter here, and I thought it was interesting. Individuals who are clear about their feelings are more likely to thrive on anxiety. So even negative feelings can be beneficial, right? It comes down to clarity of our inner world. So if you know that, okay, for example, you're in a fight or flight and you're anxious about something, or something's going on and you get anxious, right? And people who don't have a clear inner world, or at least can distinguish between emotions and feelings, right? Feelings are predictive. They're not a reactive thing right off the bat. You feel a certain way. It doesn't mean that that's going to actually happen, right? So you understand, okay, I'm anxious in this situation for a reason, okay? But how am I going to work through this? So anxiety, which you mentioned, that people can actually strive off that. And I've been there. It's like, okay, many different moments where I've been like, use my anxiety as kind of like and I'll give it a work example. So say, for example, I'm anxious about like a big presentation I have the next day for work. That anxiety, I'm going to kind of hone in on that and use that to go do a bunch of prep and knock my presentation out of the park while I'm anxious about it. Just type away, boom. Okay, what do I need? Boom. Like, I'm going to use that to my ability, right? To kind of use that anxiety and that kind of worry and understand that, okay, that's okay that I'm worried and anxious. I'm worried for a reason and anxious, and I'm going to use that to kind of benefit my current situation. So that's what I took away. I thought that was pretty cool. It's that.
So do you feel like it would be more beneficial to come from a place of anxiety, typing out these things anxiously just to get it done? Or do you think it would be more beneficial to experience the anxiety, realize you're feeling that way, take a deep breath, realize that it's necessary, let it go, and then focus and become present in the moment, and then drop in on your work and start your work from a place of not anxiety, but gratitude for yourself that you just took yourself out of that anxiety?
No, I think, yeah, 100%. But I think, like, knowing myself, like, I have anxiety, so I'm usually high strung and gonna be anxious. So if I'm more anxious about something, I know that I'm anxious for a reason, because something's kind of, I've got to put attention to it. So that kind of helps me hone in on, okay, if I'm more anxious about something, I know.
Good. That's good.
Yeah,
your anxiety
I know that I need to focus more on it.
Yeah, your anxiety presents the
important thing at hand, like something that I need to focus in my attention on, because I'm anxious about it and I have it coming up. So I know I may use that. Okay, what do I need to do? Sit down, boom, let's go.
I wouldn't recommend using the anxiety to fuel your way through what you're doing, right? Because let's use
I want to make a distinction. I don't.
Okay, let's use the public speech as an example, right? Before you're behind stage and you're about to come out and make your public speech, you're anxious. And I'm going to give two scenarios. One scenario is you're anxious and you say, okay, I'm going to use this anxiety to kind of fuel my way through the speech, right? So now your heart's beating faster. You have pain in your chest, your stomach's in knots and twisting and turning, and you're up there, clear your throat, and you're speaking, and you might stutter, and you're not able to focus on the task at hand, more so because the sensations you're experiencing in your body and the feelings that you're currently experiencing. But scenario number two, if you're behind stage, you go, okay, I'm anxious right now. That is because I'm about to do something that is completely out of my norm. I'm excited. Yep. I'm excited to do it. I'm nervous to do it, and that's okay. You take a deep breath. You release that anxiety. You say, I don't need this. This doesn't suit me right now. What I need to do is focus on my speech and my preparation, my practice and my hard work and my repetition. Then you walk out on that stage, clear your throat, and you fucking kill the speech. That's scenario 1 and 2. And I personally think that that's the way to do it. And that's what he's trying to say. The feeling of being anxious is presenting the opportunity to become aware that you are about to do something that is out of your comfort zone. But it doesn't need to go any further than that.
No,
it's just making you aware of the situation. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, can you do me a favor here, T? I don't have the book. I got the audio book. You know that. Could you go to the end of the chapter and let's go exercise 1, exercise 2, and I'll take exercise 1 here. So it's get specific, right? Tell me when you find that.
Yep.
Okay. So can you talk
Exercise
about that?
1, go get specific. Developing nuance exercises. All right. Go deep to understand nuance. In this exercise, you want to experience feelings that are closely related to the situation you're working on. For example, for the pain of an athletic competition, hop on an exercise bike and do a hard workout, or sit in an ice bath and feel a similar kind of pain. For anxiety, if it's social, put yourself in an uncomfortable social situation, or stand on the balcony at a hotel if heights give you that same feeling. Always make sure you are taking safety into account. So that's get specific. Okay, what are you going to do next, right? Number 2.
So this is the same exercise, though. This is exercise 1. So first, you're going to put yourself into an uncomfortable situation, whatever that may be, and then you're about to do this, which is also part of exercise 1.
Go into the feelings and sensations. Direct your attention right at what you're experiencing or feeling and sit with that sensation. Just sit with it. Don't try to do anything with it. Sit. The goal is to experience without judging. Our aim is to collect experiences, not necessarily to do anything about them, just to begin the process of unraveling what pain or anxiety means in different contexts. So, all because you're feeling pain or anxiety doesn't mean you have to run anywhere or do anything, or you just sit with it. It's not like these feelings or emotions doesn't mean you're shutting down or you're going to die. It's just we're humans. We have different emotions. It's like when you're happy, you don't run away from it, right? Then don't run away from it when it's pain or anxiety. Exercise 2, name it. Develop a vocabulary. I know you said this before, but when a first grader is asked to describe a person, they stick with basic objectives. Pretty, smart, nice. When it comes to emotions and feelings, most of us act like kindergartners. Expanding our vocabulary allows us to find nuance and clarity. Describe your feeling you're feeling. You know, when you're putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation, describe it. Sit with it. How do you feel? It is burning, dull, transient, constant. The same goes for stress or anxiety. Okay? When describing our innate inner experience, first go for breadth, then depth. Separate the feeling from the physiology. Try to separate the physical sensations from the feeling. For example, sweaty palms and a racing heart are the physical sensations. Why are you having those? Because the anxiety or fear that we often intertwine is separate. We're having that because of anxiety, right? Emotions develop based on context. Find the nuance between the different signals, the nerves you feel before giving a talk. Call that your performance adrenaline. When we be able to develop that, right? Say, okay, hey, I got some performance adrenaline ready to go. I got this presentation coming up. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's dive into it. Embrace it. When we name something, we exert power and control over it. We are saying, I know what you are and how to handle you. I've been here before. And that's where people get tripped up, is they get anxious about certain situations, but they don't compartmentalize or at least describe the feeling and sit with it and understand why they're having it. They think it's abnormal. They think something's wrong with them. Oh, I'm anxious. They think it's a bad thing. They assume it's bad. You don't assume it's bad, right? So it's kind of flipping it and naming it like, okay, here's my performance adrenaline, or here's my prep. Here's my feelings to prep me for this event.
Yep.
Build confidence. Here we go. And then reappraise it. Reframe the signal as helpful information. Can you see anxiety, fear, pain, and sadness as signals conveying a message? What does that message say? Okay, well, obviously, if you're anxious and you feel really overwhelmed or sweaty palms before a speech, it's because you're talking in front of people. You have something coming up. It's conveying a message. Okay, get ready for this. And if you prepare for it, even if you have those emotions, you label it. Hey, here we go.
That's
prepared.
it.
I'm gonna do it.
am getting out of my comfort zone. This is why I feel like this. This is, that's it. You label it.
And certain people, certain people kind of like develop that and kind of freak out, and they're like, they're not able to process, and they're, why am I feeling this way? I'm uncomfortable for a reason, because we're humans, like Brianna Weiss always talked about. We thrive off comfort, a comforting environment, right? And when something's uncomfortable, we kind of feel discombobulated, don't know how to react or handle it, and then we automatically think it's bad. We associate getting out of our comfort zone with bad feelings, unsafe. It's a time to kind of frame that in your mind, right?
We resist it until it becomes familiar.
Yes. Yeah. And that's exactly what basically Steve Magnus is saying, is that, okay, sit with those feelings, understand them. Why am I feeling this way? Separate the feeling from like the physical part of it, and then name it. Okay, I'm feeling like this. I have a big race coming up. I have sweaty palms. I'm anxious. Okay. And what does that mean? It means you have a race coming up. Doesn't mean anything good or bad, right? So, can you see anxiety as excitement? The fear you experience is a reminder that caution has value. The sadness after a loss is a reminder to cherish and reconnect with those you still have with you. Reframing emotions and feelings as information. That's huge. That you can choose to listen to or simply let float on by is a powerful tool for navigating our messy inner world. So I think that's the biggest takeaway of the chapter, and I think it's a great reminder, right? Reframing emotions and feelings. Remember, feelings doesn't mean reality or truth. It's not reactive. It's a messenger. How do I want to react? Have I been here before? What am I going to do with this feeling when it arises? Is this pertinent to my situation? Is this important right now? If no, you table it. If yes, you do something about it, you sit with it, you move on. So that's how you it's a powerful tool in navigating our messy inner world. We have many thoughts going on. We have many situations going on. We feel these things. We sit with these things, okay? We're human beings. Just as we're happy, we get sad. And we tend to run away from sad feelings because they're uncomfortable, right? We're taught in our society that, hey, being sad's not good. Being sad's bad. Being anxious is bad. Well, why is it bad? I don't think people have an answer for that. Right. It's not bad. It's what we tell ourselves it is. It's uncomfortable. Anxiety is just feeling uncomfortable.
Yep.
Right? So us human beings are we want to seek comfort. So we do things that we're familiar with, right? So uncomfortability, like you said, and what he talks about is just stuff you haven't done before. You haven't unpacked it. That's why it's uncomfortable.
Right. And things can be uncomfortable for as long as you allow them to be, right? So I really like those exercises, and I think that they're extremely helpful. And I love that now he's giving us the exercises to obtain the tools necessary to do the work, to become tough physically and mentally, right? This is some really, really good stuff, this chapter, and I love it. I love it. And that's the end of the chapter. He gives you those exercises and wraps it up. So I thought today's podcast was wonderful. Absolutely magnificent. It was magnificent. A lot of gems in it. And we're nearing our mark. So let's wrap things up here.
How do we want to wrap? How do you want to wrap?
I want to wrap. So yeah, man, as always, brother, I really, really appreciate you showing up, bringing to the table what you got to bring, all the little insights and beautiful, beautiful words that you shared with us today. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, brother. And yes, we do have one t-shirt. So all you
one t-shirt left. Everyone in the San Diego area or wherever, let me know.
Yeah, Roan T's got it. So it's out in San Diego, but we're going to be doing another merch order soon. And what I want you guys to do, if you're still with us, if you're still listening, we love you. We love you anyways, even if you're not. But if you're still here and you're still listening, send us a DM on Instagram or go to our website in the contact us section and send us your size, color preference, and
what do you want?
And what you want. So that way, when the order comes, we can order it for you. We had a bunch of people contact us with size and colors that they wanted, and we were able to fit that into our first order. And those people are now reaping the benefits and wearing the sweatshirts, and we appreciate you guys. Or shirts, excuse me. We did 2 sweatshirts. Me and Roan T got them, and they're nice.
Yep, I've been repping.
Navy with white. I like them. So maybe if you want a sweatshirt too, that's what I'm saying. Let us know your size and color, and
let us know.
So shout out
to some people out here. Has been DMing me for the merch, and we appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
As always, guys, we appreciate and love you. Our little community, we love it, and we want to keep growing, and we want to keep going. So, yeah, let's wrap things up, T. I hope everyone has a beautiful week, and we will catch you next week on the next episode. So this is Quad Shot Podcast signing off. Run, T. You're my man. Let's go.
Let's go. Over and out.